Hi, my friends. Welcome to the Diamond Painting Effect with Corey. I am Corey. Today, I'm going to do another stitch with me, and I'm going to go ahead and continue on with our bee for many reasons. The bee is an indication that spring has come to South Texas. The bee is also the state pollinator for the state of Texas. And the bee is the symbol of the city of Beeville that I live near. So, because of those reasons, this will fit the hashtag Show Me Your Flag 23 for Diamond Grandma and Crafting with V for their event that they are doing this month. They just want us to do crafts that show our flag, show something that represents an area we're from, something we love, something that is part of us. And so my bee is going to be part of that. If you stay on to the end of the video, I'm going to tack in. I did a short this morning while I was in Beeville, and I take a picture of some of the bees that are around town there that are like statues. And I want to do a better video one of these days, but for now I did this real quick, and I'll tack that on to the end of this video if y'all want to watch it. I have also put that out as a short if you want to watch it that way. What's going on? Okay, right here I'm going to insert a picture of the diamond painting that I have been working on, and you can actually starting to see some of it coming to life of what the picture is. And so that's a picture of my Texas Cowboys. I can't speak. My Texas cowboy boots. That is another part of hashtag Show Me Your Flag 23. And yesterday, I want to thank all of you guys who commented. That was really awesome. You gave your 2 cents about my doing the 6 strands of floss on my tent stitch. And I've thought about it, and I've decided that if I'm ever going to try it, this is probably the one to do it on. I think I'm going to go ahead and finish this one, and by the time I finish it, I will have made a decision of whether I like it, whether I'll want to do it again, do another one like this. I like the fact that by being a tent stitch, you can do it quicker, but I think that's outweighed by the fact that it's more difficult to pull the thread through. I've even gone to smaller needles, as small as I dare go, and it's still... The Boogie Stitcher is the one who I got this idea from. She does two-handed stitching, so she pokes it, pulls it up from the front, and pulls it under from behind. So I'm thinking this probably doesn't slow her down a bit, but I don't stitch like that. I just do it in hand in my lap, and I don't want to have to work from a frame. I also, what I'm doing today is I'm going to do the loop method. I've got 3 strands of thread, and then I folded them in half so that there's a loop on the end, and so that makes it 6 strands. And I don't know why I didn't think about doing this yesterday, but I'm doing it today. I'm going to show you what I've done so far. Yesterday, when I left you guys, I think I had done about this area right here. I've added this area here, and I did this by separating my strands before I sewed with them. And I don't know if you can tell, but they are a little bit lighter color when you separate them, and I don't know if it breaks down the finish on the thread when you do that. I don't know what causes that to happen. And I don't know if you can see, there's also some over here scattered confetti that I did. I did some stitches up here in the blue. Let me see if I can get the shadows there. I did that, and I did some over here, and that's when I ran into this problem. Some of these are a red square with a yellow square around it, and some of them are a solid. But there's yellow sprinkled all the way through here. I don't know if that's coming through on the camera or not, but there's yellow scattered all the way through here. So I couldn't really tell which was a solid red and which was a red with a yellow border, which really makes me upset. And they're all in the same area. So I go to the pattern to see if the pattern could help me. And the answer to that question is no. Did not help me. What I did do is this area seemed to be pretty firmly red, but even on the pattern you can see a faint yellow line around them. So it's clear as mud to me. Some of them are obviously with the yellow square around them, but when you get into some of these areas, to me it's not quite so obvious. See, you can even see they still have yellow around every line. And so I'm upset about that. The other color that will be mixed with this is a gray blue color. Like this is a dark kind of a slate blue color. A grayish blue. And the color that will be with this one is a gray with a slight blue tinge. So they are definitely different colors. I don't know if it even matters on here, but I'm one of those that likes to do it how it's supposed to be done. And so I'm going to leave those colors for last probably. It's probably having to deal with that. There are some, it seems like everywhere there's the solid red, there's also the red with the square around it. So maybe between the two of these I will be able to figure out, but that's going to be the last thing I stitch. And so for right now I'm doing color 939, which I already have forgotten. Let's see, what 939 is the blue squares. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to work on that. Yeah, I kind of had a fun morning. One of the Born-Trägers called and needed a ride to town, and so I was happy to go. Apparently the electrolyte drink that I like to buy is not available. When Dwayne got home, he got home with the wrong one again. And so I don't know, maybe I'll look in Corpus when I go to Corpus next. I have an appointment in Corpus on Thursday, and maybe I can find it if I'm up to it. A lot of times what happens, I put things off to go to Corpus, but then when I get to Corpus I don't feel good and don't do anything but come home. So when we went to town today, I can't remember, did I already tell you this? Yeah, I did tell you about my little bee excursion. I went by the Chamber of Commerce to see if they had a list of all the places that had the bee placed. You know, I thought that would be, you know, maybe that's something tourists would want to do. But they said they do from the beginning, but there are so many more now that they have they don't keep track of it anymore. And so there are a lot more businesses doing it. And I think it's really cool. It's the town of Beeville is adopting the bee as their mascot, so to speak. Which, why wouldn't they? And they found a way to make the statue of the bee prominent by putting them on top of some flowers. And every business can decorate the bee however they want to. And it's actually a fundraiser for the college here. We have the Bee County College here. And so it's the art department does it. And I think they can either have the art department paint it, design it and paint it for them, or they can paint it and do it themselves how they want to do it. It's like the bank, the flower petals, they use money, they painted money onto the flower petals. And a lot of them, the theme of the bee has to do with what their business is. And I think it's fun. As I've traveled around the United States, I've seen cities that have done something like that. And like when I was in Elkhart, Indiana, they had elks all over town, and each business decorated the elk how they wanted to decorate it. And some of them are really beautiful. One of the better bees I missed, I was taking those pictures while I was driving is not a smart idea, but that's what I was driving, and so I'd grab the camera and take a shot. But there are some really pretty ones that I missed, and so I am going to go back to town and do it. I'm going to do it right. Maybe get a driver who will drop me off and let me get out to take pictures and do that. I'd really like to do a montage of them all. And I'd love to find, I don't know if the Flight of the Bumblebee is a copyrighted piece of music, but I think it'd be fun to have the Flight of the Bumblebee as the background music for that. And just do that. I've been thinking about trying and starting a floss tube where I just felt like I really don't have that much going on, but I do have more. I'm getting more stuff going on. And doing a floss tube, like an update of the week of what I've done. I just don't know if I have enough material to do that. And if I do too, I stitch on a lot of projects during the week, and so I don't accomplish a lot on any of them. So maybe what I'll do is a monthly floss tube. That would maybe be good. I think I'm getting the hang of pulling this through. I found there's a little knack to it that if you just kind of bend the needle instead of trying to pull it straight through, right when the eye gets to the point of it's mostly the eye where the thread is that it catches. So if you just kind of bend the needle a little bit, it helps it come through easier. So there is that. I like the idea of being able to finish a project quickly. I think separating the strands of thread and then putting it back together does help it be a little bit more fluffier, fills a little bit more space, but it's still not perfect. But the thing about it is when you're looking at it up close, you can see the canvas behind it. But from a distance, I don't know if I can get it far enough away from you guys. Not really, can I? From a distance, you don't see that. It's all, all you see is the stitching. So I don't know, I don't know. I can't wait till it's finished so I can find out what I think. Or, you know, it may be all I need to do is get a huge area done. Maybe I'll start stitching from the corner and get a whole corner filled and then look at it that way. Today I'm trying to find easy colors to where there's not a lot of confetti. I don't really want to do confetti on a video because then I'd be all over the place and you guys maybe won't appreciate that. I did put lock my recliner back today. I am so sorry yesterday for any of you that were actually watching while I stitched, because I was just rocking away, just like Granny in a rocking chair. And I guess it's just kind of a habit that I didn't even know I do. But I was rocking while I was stitching. Usually when I put the recliner back usually I do it to adjust the pressure on my butt. It needs a different angle of getting pressured. But when the cats come, I'll put the recliner back and they'll just snuggie right up there between my legs. And since the weather has warmed up, the cats are a little more scarce, I think. They were coming to my room and to me to stay warm, because I only have heat in my bedroom. And so I think now that the weather's warmed up, they don't feel like they need to be here exclusively. But I found myself looking, where are the cats? And, just freaking out. Where are they? Where are they? Did they escape? I don't know how they would have escaped, but I am afraid of that happening with all the dogs. In the house, they don't bother them, but I think if they were outside, it might be a problem. I know Rex would try to kill them. That one's my sister's dog. We haven't been able to get him to leave the cats alone. So he doesn't get to come over when the other dogs come in. Kind of breaks my heart, but I can't let him kill my cats. I'm really excited about that diamond painting, that I've been able to make some progress on it. It's so hard when there's so many things I want to do, so many things I want to get done. But I'm excited. I have really been struggling with my diamond painting, feeling focused enough to even do it, just because of how uncomfortable it is for me. But it's been going pretty well for me. And if I can continue that trajectory, I might even be able to finish that diamond painting this month, which will thrill me to no end. I've made a promise to work on my January month to month every day, and I'm doing it. and I've made a promise to work on the diamond painting every day. So that way, though it may be slow, there will be progress. I'm not enjoying the January month to month so much. I've gotten so spoiled with the stamped cross stitch that when I'm working on it, usually I'm just waiting to do till I think I've done enough to satisfy my goal, and then I move on. I try to at least finish one item or one color of item or something like that. I worked on the snowman, one of the snowmen yesterday, and got it done. We're getting to some confetti areas here, but it's close together, so it's okay. We can work on it. The problem with getting a smaller eyed needle, which will make this project easier, is I can't get the thread to go through them. This many strands. So I did find my my Ginger scissors with that Gorgeous Girl keychain and my needle threader. I had stashed it in a kit. It was in a kit that I really thought had been a while since I had worked on that. But apparently it was, I'm guessing I had worked on it before I worked on the last project. The last time I worked, whatever kit I thought I had worked on last, I must have worked on it without my scissors for that one. And not worried about it at the time is probably what happened. Until I actually wanted to find them is when I realized they were missing. But yeah, I put them in another kit, and that's something I don't usually do because I like to keep that pair of scissors here by my chair, and there's other scissors I take and grab and take with me if I go somewhere, because if I lose those scissors, they're easily replaceable, but these are a little bit pricier than the normal ones. I've noticed that it is harder to find really cheap scissors. I mean, you can get them for $1 or $2, but it's hard to find them that cheap anymore. They're usually a cheap pair around $4 or $5. Dollar Tree used to have those little manicure kits. They have everything in them. Like they'd have a little pair of scissors and emery board and foam board and all that stuff in it. And those little scissors work great for little nippers. But I've been looking for them, and the Dollar Trees here haven't been having those any lately. But that's the way Dollar Tree is. They don't have something for a while, and then all of a sudden it's back. So I'll keep looking, because I like the idea of just leaving a pair for each kit. So I want to thank you for joining me for my little cross stitch session today. I love it that you guys come and join. I love it when you talk and leave me a message. And please, if you want to stick around and watch my bumblebee venture, then stick around and take care, and I'll see you in the next one.